morning, hello and welcome. It is Wednesday, the 28th of January. I'm Surabhi Upadhyay and you are here with us on Moneycontrol. Opening bell, we are set for a very interesting trading session. Global headlines are coming in thick and fast. And here in India, the bulls did try a very brave attempt at staging a bit of a recovery. We'll have Gaurang Shah joining in. At 9 o'clock, our lead story today is about the implications that the India-EU FTA is having on the auto space. So watch out for that conversation at 9 a.m. That's our lead story. At 9:20, Harish Krishnan is our market maker of the day. So that's the big market conversation coming up. And a little after that, we turn full throttle on the defense sector. We have Jyoti joining in from Nirmal Bang. And that's our segment Beyond the Ticker, where we put the spotlight on the defense sector and what it can expect in Budget 2026. So it's a packed lineup. Let's get started. Ajit Mishra is with us for some first thoughts. Ajit, good morning. Great to have you with us on Opening Bell. So that's the real question, right? What are we looking at in terms of the small little recovery that happened yesterday? How durable is it? And how would you approach trade today?
Yeah, good morning, Surabhi. So yes, yesterday it was a day of rebound, but Surabhi, it seems like that's too early to call that we are out of woods, considering that we are hovering around the 200 days of exponential moving average. That's the long-term moving average that shows support for the investors. Considering the clues that we have from the global front, earnings so far has also turned out to be a mixed one. And of course, we have this, run up to the budget also. So we expect volatility to remain high. The good part is that yesterday banking showed strength. So that was definitely a key factor to watch out for in today's session. Also, post the Axis Bank number, we saw that apart from Axis Bank, HDFC, ICICI, they also witnessed decent rebound. So it's important to see how banking is going to pan out in today's session and in fact in the following session as well. And that would decide whether we are going to surpass the immediate hurdle at 25,350. If, let's say, we cross this hurdle, then probably we can see this rebound extending towards 25,600 level also. That would be the difficult zone to, cross and sustain. So as of now, it's more of a recovery trend that we are playing out in the market. And a close below 25,150 might again, push the bulls on the back foot. So it's a kind of like tussle that we are seeing at current levels. So more than the index, I feel that stock-specific approach in the sectors which are holding strong should be the focus area.
Okay, all right. And, we've got lots of questions already coming in, Ajit, on our live chat. By the way, just reminding viewers, you can, of course, keep sending us your questions on YouTube. We can't take all of them, but we will toss some of the interesting questions that you have to our experts. And a couple of those questions are actually coming in. So let me acknowledge everybody. Hi, good morning. Nisa Murthy Niranjan is asking for a, trade today, a short-term trade that, that can be looked at. There is Mr. Naidu asking whether it's the right time to enter PFC in our... Got it. Back to Ajit then. Ajit, you gave us a sense on the overall index. Now let's come to your top trades. Will it be Nifty, Bank Nifty? Would it be individual stocks? What are you working with today?
So Surabhi, considering that we are still seeing tussle and the divergence between the Nifty and the banking index, indicates the more prudent approach is to stick with the sectors or themes which are consistently outperforming in the market like this. So one theme is metals, which is not only holding strong, but it is inching higher with every passing day. And steel names, which was slightly on the back foot in this entire rally, has started, witnessing fresh traction. So JSW Steel is one such stock where one can keep on radar for fresh buying, considering that the stock has recently ended its immediate consolidation. It has reclaimed its record highs. Volumes are very strong. So all factors are pointing towards this prevailing uptrend to continue. So with stop at 1180, one can go long in JSW Steel at current levels with 1300 as the immediate target. Other than the metal pack, we feel that IT looks much stable because the earnings for major IT names are behind us. So we feel that, there will be less volatility on that part. So HCL Tech, which is outperforming within the large cap IT name, is something that you should be focusing on. So with stop at 1660, one can go long in HCL Tech with 1840 as a immediate targets.
Okay, so two stock ideas, trades for today coming in from Ajit. HCL Tech is one of them. And Ajit, the first stock that you mentioned?
That was JSW Steel.
From the metal space, which one is it? JSW Steel from the metal space. So there we go. Two stock ideas for today. JSW Steel and HCL Tech, two top trades coming in from Ajit. Ajit and Gaurang, let's get both our guests up on the screen if we can, because we have a lot of very interesting viewer queries coming in. So yes, perfect. We have both the guests together now. So gentlemen, allow me to toss. This is like a rapid fire because so many people are live on YouTube and they want your support and advice. So Mr. Niranjan, you've got your answer. You wanted some stocks for short-term trading and Ajit has already answered that one. Mr. Naidu is saying, is it the right time to enter PFC and REC? Now, Mr. Naidu, we don't know whether you're looking at a trade or an investment. Well, let me get a quick check here. On the charts, Ajit, PFC, REC, I mean, has anything interesting popped up? Do you see any opportunity there?
It's more of time-wise correction that currently we are seeing in both these stocks. Means still we are trading below the long-term averages. So definitely this indicates sideways to negative trend. But at the same time, the downside seems capped. So yes, you can start accumulating if the view is, let's say, for 3 to 6 months. And a close above 385, 390 would trigger the next leg of the up move. So let's say if your view is very short term, you can avoid these stocks because consolidation is more likely. If you are planning to accumulate for next 3 to 6 months, you can start accumulating.
Okay, all right. So that's the advice on PFC and REC. Paddy is saying, hi Paddy, good morning. He's asking about ITC. Okay, that's on ITC. Got that. There's Rohit. Rohit is asking, what is the reason for crude oil inching up? Rohit, we just mentioned this earlier in our show when we started at 8:30. You can blame this on those winter storms in the US. That's taking out a lot of the US output from the market. So because of just lesser supply in the market, in the short term, prices have surged and we are seeing crude at 67. I just have time for maybe one or two more questions and we have to move on with our guests. There's Mr. Hari Krishna saying, hi Mr. Hari Krishna, good morning. He's saying he's holding Karur Vysya Bank at 254. Should I book profits or hold? And he's also holding NMDC at 78. Ajit, the reason I'm taking this query is that you mentioned banks and banking is the only part of the market, banks and metals. So he's actually holding stocks from the two sectors that are working. So compliments to our viewer over here. But generally, what's the advice? I mean, I don't know if you've seen Karur Vysya's chart, if you can give us any specific advice on this one. And even NMDC, if someone's managed to get onto these metal and material stocks, should they keep riding or is it time to take some profits and go home?
So for Karur Vysya, what it indicates is that post the earning, it's a very strong surge that the stock experienced in the last trading session with a strong uptick in the volume as well. So this indicates that this uptrend is here to stay and one should continue with the prevailing momentum. Hence, he had bought it at very lower levels. A trailing stop loss makes more sense considering that the stock is still have more room on the upside. So, but around 280 is something that he can maintain as a stop and keep on trailing the stop loss on every 5 to 6% kind of an up move. So, for NMDC at the same time, the kind of trend that we are seeing this stock unfolding, overall it looks positive, but it's going to be gradual. So if, let's say, the view is very short term, JSW Steel, Tata Steel, National Aluminium, these are the stocks that you can look at.
Okay, all right, got that. And last viewer question for today. This one's coming in from, thank you very much for that. Ajit, final word with you.
Thank you.
Once again, going back to metal stocks and specifically for Vedanta and Hindustan Zinc. Today it's obviously news bound and this trade will play out. But what's the advice and what are the levels to watch?
So Surbhi, for Hind Zinc, we are inching towards the record high zone. In the month of June 2024, we made a high around 760. So we are very close to that mark. So usually we see a breather around the record highs on the retest zone. So, and since the stock has already moved up almost vertically in the recent past, booking some profit around that area seems more prudent approach and wait for any dip. Like what we've shared about the steel counters like Tata Steel, JSW Steel, General Steel. They are the more preferred bets. VEDL, Here also we are seeing that the stock has been inching higher with every passing day. The momentum is almost vertical. So here at least, but we had some consolidation. So with stop at 680, one can definitely stay put with 745, 750 as a position targets.
Okay, all right, got that. So that's on Vedanta and on Hindustan Zinc. By the way, Ajit, I have one final question for you before I let you go, and that's on the auto space. And our next conversation is on autos. Before that, I'm just checking the pre-open rates. We are almost at 9.5 now, and the pre-open rates have started trickling in. And the Nifty in the pre-open is up 131 points, 130 points thereabouts right now. Ajit, before we let you go, yesterday was a slam dunk day for a lot of auto stocks, particularly Mahindra and Mahindra, right? And that's thanks to this India-EU FTA. And the big worry in the market was suddenly now all the Audis and the BMWs will be very cheap. So what happens to competitiveness? So that led to the profit taking. But from a levels perspective, did M&M violate any important levels yesterday? Is the chart still strong or not? What's the advice?
So yes, yesterday we tested the long-term average, and we all know that the kind of outperformance that M&M have shown in the recent years. The averages were slightly on the elevated side as well. But after this clarification that we are not going to see this trend unfolding post this deal, so we expect a rebound or some bit of a consolidation. Around 3300, 3400 is what we are seeing as an immediate base, and upside is also capped. So should be more likely to be in a range or maybe a time-wise correction after this recent surge. But the overall trend is likely to remain on the positive side until we decisively break 3200 mark. So one can continue to stay put if the view is medium to long term with 3200 as a stop loss.
Okay. All right, Ajit, thank you very much for getting us all the trading advice today. Great to have you on the show. You have a fantastic trading session, and we look forward to connecting again soon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
All right. Okay, on that note, let's check what's happening in the pre-open markets, and then we'll also tell you about the earnings. Moneycontrol Deloitte CXO survey. Shweta, thank you very much for joining in. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the show. Thank you so much for being with us on Opening Bell.